It is unwise to approach a woman. Your reputation, employment, and life can be destroyed. If 80% of women are judging 80% of men for not being like 20% of some men, even though they don't meet the same standards, it's laughable. Modern feminism seems to cherry-pick the benefits of being a traditional woman without the effort or responsibility of being a traditional woman. They're spoiled to believe a woman is a Disney princess, but act like the villain, entitled to more for less. There are sites, books, and speakers who advocate for taking a man for everything he has. Dating is predatory. Men don't financially rob women nearly as much as women do men. The law even assists those who do. Be handsome, over 6 feet tall, have a six-pack, have massive arms, and have a 6-figure salary. Otherwise, you're automatically a creep to women. I have seen men that have approached after an indication of interest and before an indication of interest, and there wasn't any difference. The biggest killer in approaching women is fakes and no-shows. Also, lots of girls like showing up 2 hours later. Girls are just very entitled and don't respect men. Throughout my dating life, I felt like a beggar, regardless of having a top education and a very good professional career. Does it matter? No, because any woman thinks she's better than that, and her 10,000 Instagram followers confirm it. I remember having a discussion with a professional pickup artist a few weeks ago. He said he made around 3,000 to 4,000 cold approaches in the last 5 years just to get 400 or so dates. Yes, those are the numbers you have to put in to get any results. It sucks. That was coming from a slightly attractive guy, a 7 out of 10 guy. In a woman's mind, she thinks she's just too hot for any guy. Back then, in the 90s, you would spend your life alone if you didn't cold approach. Cold approach was considered completely socially acceptable, and women were skilled at telling you to fuck off in a pleasant way if they were not into you. Most had a ready-made line they used on guys that they were not into. That was how society worked. Bookstores, malls, bars, shows, whatever. This was very good for men, I think. It gave people a little courage, and if you had success at it, it gave you the boldness to take other risks in life. Online dating completely killed this. In the West, there has been an interesting paradox for some time with respect to masculinity. Men in this hemisphere are bombarded all the time with junk that says there is something inherently wrong with behaving like masculine men who have desires and must manifest them. Expressions like toxic masculinity are a sample, or that they are induced to be good guys who are alien to the masculine essence instead of being dominant men. Conversely, women are taught to be the antithesis of femininity and to adopt independence, empowerment, and strength. Men are being effeminized and women are being masculinized. It is normal that, as a consequence, men do not know how to act or take the initiative in front of women. Why would you even approach someone who likely gets hit on hundreds of times by random guys online every day? Why make yourself vulnerable to someone who has likely learned and perfected preying on sexual attraction their entire lives with a legal system and society completely supporting any female abuse? It just doesn't make sense to set yourself up for that. If so many women are just praying to cash in on their privileges and boost up their insatiable egos. A lot of women nowadays have this strange air of entitlement that means you have to almost beg for an opportunity. Your farts smell like everyone else's lady. So many, but not all women are arrogant and entitled. I'm sure there are some unicorns out there somewhere a man can dream. Even if you wish to start approaching women, women in the West aren't worth the squeeze. 90% of the time, you are getting someone who has no skills, overrates her sexual abilities, thinks that swearing is a sign of being cool for some reason, and has basically forgotten how to be feminine. The remaining 10% are married or in some kind of fucked up non-monogamous cult. Most Western women are not worth the effort of approaching. Yes, they can be very nice, successful, and outgoing, but this is not where the issue lies. It's a bit deeper. In general, men are now the less empowered gender. Women can, and sometimes do, totally blank your approach, literally ignore you. You can hold a door for them, and they blank you. Probably because they might get a lot of annoying guys coming onto them. Still, it's not worth dismissing your ego. Women can claim rape without evidence and ruin your life. They can even just say you're a creep or pervert. Doesn't matter if it's true. The damage gets done either way. Recap on why men don't approach women anymore. 1. Creep shaming. Unless you're an extremely confident and swaggering extrovert, you have a fear of being creep shamed, even if you look normal and not creepy. It has everything to do with attraction. If she's not attracted to you and a horrible person overall, then the chances of you being humiliated and creep shamed rise a lot. Some women are extremely harsh when turning down men. It's some sadistic pleasure for them. 2. Fear of rejection. Like the first point, if a guy is socially awkward and insecure, then the fear of rejection is more. As I said above, some guys have been rejected in extremely harsh ways, which prevents them from approaching women. 3. Fear of being accused of molestation. This sounds paranoid, but some guys are quite wary of approaching women after the increase in false molestation cases being lodged. Women have a lot of power and can easily misuse our biased Indian laws. 4. Playing hard to get. Some women play mind games. The famous phrase, "no means no," has been ingrained in our brains. So when a woman rejects a guy's advances, he moves on. This perpetual cycle makes men tired of women's shit. No, not this again is a thought that runs through men's minds when they play for the millionth time. 5. The woman seems unapproachable. Maybe she's wearing earphones, working on her laptop, or drinking coffee while reading a book, all of which indicate that she doesn't want to be disturbed. So men leave her in peace. Lastly, dating apps. Dating apps make things much easier. The hassle of approaching women and getting rejected continuously isn't there, and your intentions are pretty clear on dating apps that you're there to date. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers!